Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Christian Housewife. I am so excited to be here with you because I have an important word that I would like to share with you. And it's just really one word really on my heart, and that is communication. So tune in for the rest of the show so that you can see what communication is all about and how you can get it. Okay guys, so now we're back. I believe it's super important to first of all understand what communication is. Communication is where you share what's on your heart and your spouse shares what's on their heart, and you both come to an agreement about whatever decision is going to be made. Now, that is what communication is. Communication is so important because it makes your spouse or your relationship feel valid. And it's so important that, especially in this day and age, the relationship is valued and valid, not only for one person in the relationship, because two are in the relationship. And when there is a crack in the communication that you have with your spouse or in your relationship, that person begins to feel and think that they are unseen in the relationship, whether it be true or not. The validity you give to your relationship is what makes you or your spouse sense that they are important to you and to the marriage. And I believe it's very important that we recognize when we are not communicating, when we are just shutting down and just doing whatever we want, or manipulating the spouse to do whatever you would like them to do. So it's very important. So that said, right? We know that communication is very important. We know what communication is. Now, how do you get there? Well, you get there through a lot of hard work, a lot of discussions that will probably end up not going the right way, or where the communication will just walk out the door. But eventually both of you will be able to communicate with each other. If you both are doing it intentionally and putting one another first, you'll be able to communicate and allow your real feelings, your real issues come and be vulnerable in front of your spouse. Because if your spouse or you are not allowing your relationship to be vulnerable before you, then that is really gonna nip any kind of deep relationship ties. So I believe that when you are able to communicate and able to share whatever it is in a space where you feel that you will be heard, it actually gets easier to be able to compromise and come to a quick decision, or even a decision that takes a bit. Maybe you guys have to talk about it a couple of times before any decision is made. But it's very important that both of you do it in a loving and caring way for each other, because if not, your spouse will just zip up and not share with you, and you will miss out on what marriage is really supposed to be about. So I hope this encourages you today. Remember guys, don't worry if you're not there yet. It doesn't matter, because you will get there, but you need to be intentional about it, and you need to not be afraid or shy away from being able to confront certain situations in your marriage, in your relationships, because confrontation is very important for communication. Well, God bless.